There we go. I'm just checking to make sure that I've got it set up correctly. Anyway, I'm going to analyze a game I played recently. And this was a really cool game. Shows you how to handle imbalances. Really for both colors, and shows you just how complex some positions can be. So let's begin. E4, C5. This is Sicilian defense. Pretty much white is going to look to use his greater piece development and his control of the D5 square in order to launch an attack against the black king. Knight F3, D6. And this is Sicilian Dragon defense. This is my personal favorite variation of the Sicilian. It's known for its sharp tactics, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Black will typically exchange, well actually sacrifice the exchange on C3, and white is going to attempt to trade bishops on either G7 or H6 because this dark squared bishop is extremely powerful. But anyway, let's continue. Bishop E3 here. This is a Yugoslav attack, just a variation of it. Bishop C4. Completely different than 9 castles kingside, but that analysis is for a different video and a different day. And castle's long. Now I play rook b8. And this is a Chinese dragon. It's called that even though during the 50s, the Soviet school of chess was, they analyzed everything. Anyway, black is, instead of crashing down the C file, black is going to attempt to open up the B file and launch an attack there. My opponent plays 11h4, looking to immediately start an attack on the king. Knight a5, this is the main move. And he plays bishop e2. And now I play b5. Sacrificing a pawn temporarily. And after takes, or, well, not temporarily, but I'm sacrificing a pawn. A6, and then he plays here. Now, this pawn is hanging completely. And I play queen c8, building up pressure along this file and defending the hanging pawn here. He plays g4. Now I notice a series of tactics that can occur due to his king position, both now and, believe it or not, if the king were on b2. Because I have this open b file to play with, I could actually theoretically sacrifice my rook here. At least that's what I was thinking at the time. And that's actually my intent, is to figure out how to make this work. Now, the way I played it was a little inaccurate. First, I should have played e5. No, I'm sorry. I played it correctly. I don't know why I was thinking I should have played e5 first, because that actually just makes his king safer. If I play here, my calculations, and this position was actually reached in the game, my calculations were for this to happen. I play here, Now he attempts to trade off here. I play takes, and I'm sorry. What the hell am I doing? Anyway, I play e5, and if he plays this, knight here, and now my rook comes over to here, and I sacrifice it. He can't exactly take because of this, and he is, of course, he's in a worse position, but at the same time, he's got some counterplay. So instead, I calculated that was just bad for him. So I calculated declining my rook sack. Instead playing ultra aggressively, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to defend at all. So my next sacrifice of my rook is right there. Notice that I'm just continuously sacrificing material here. And if he takes, we again get the fork, but it's even more powerful for me this time. As boom, boom, and now actually he can do this. And now I play this. And the position is actually my king is much safer than white's, despite the fact that I have this. But that's one continuation I looked at, or a continuation very similar to it. And it honestly didn't look good for white to me, because I can constantly improve my pieces. So instead, I had black playing this, this, this. Now I play here, here, here. My king, of course, taking a walk. He can go ahead and capture here. But at the same time, I'm picking up a minor. And actually, whoops, I missed some. I don't have my actual calculation notes here. This was a correspondence game. I just have the PGN file open. I'm trying to remember what was the variation I calculated here. Oh, that's why. Yeah, sacrifice the rook there. He takes. Okay, yeah. I responded immediately with a check. If he plays here, response here, he's probably not going to be a fool and take. Now I play here, threatening a mate in 1. Here, it doesn't matter how he recaptures. Getting his queen back. And I've got an armada of pawns ready to essentially take him on. And it really becomes, can he actually stop my pawns? As I'm just going to march these connected passers down the board. And like I said, it's very unbalanced. Computers honestly do not like the game. But we're going to go back to the actual game position. show you what really happened. Instead of capturing the bishop, he instead played this, and I played here. Now, queen takes e2 is best. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I still get to play knight c4, and my bishop is extremely powerful, and I'm also threatening to trade off the dark squared bishop. So he can't move it there, and he doesn't want to move it here, because he's going to wind up having to trade it off anyway. So he's just going to push the pawn. I trade. And now I play a really clever move. Right here. Which is rook to b7. And this has a few things, here, here, and now here. I can actually sacrifice this piece, and I'm defending, even though I'm 2 pawns down, or two knights, 2 pieces down. I've got a playable position. Actually, not really. I'm just kidding. And after this move, oh, I noticed I could trade queens there, so trading queens. I take my piece back, and I've got a much better position than he does. So I'd have a better game. Now, instead, he plays this to bring more pieces over to the king side, which is pretty logical. However, it neglects the fact that b2 is hanging, and I saw this immediately. I was like, okay, this is even deadlier for me. I mean, how do I not win this from here? Okay. And yeah. And to be honest, I'm a little, he accepted it, of course, and I play this. Let's see, where does he move? It's king, c4 check, king to c1, knight takes d2, and now bishop takes d2. A very interesting position. And now I play queen c4. Because all his pieces are hanging, I have a massive advantage here. Knight f5. Admittedly, I should have taken this. And at the time, I knew it was hanging. I knew it was hanging. However, I decided to go for the checkmate. He, of course, plays this. And now I make a complete blunder here, even though I still have an advantage. What I should have played here was, of course, again, actually, no. Because he can actually, I'm sorry. And now he's actually threatening checkmate, and there's not really much I can do about that. I can try and work my queen over there. I can play e5. But I've got a lot of pressure on my position, okay? But even then, taking was better. And if he really didn't know what was going, or if he really didn't care, he could have easily gone for a perpetual check or repetition. It's the same thing in this case, but it really doesn't matter. But instead, I exchange off my dragon bishop, which is something you generally do not want to do. I play this. Of course, I'm looking to actually pick up the knight here. Oops, I missed his. He actually played an intermediate move when I took on a2. He played knight takes e7, and I assumed he was going to take do that as much as he could, and then accept defeat. That was my mistake. But I played king h8, and bishop c3, pinning the bishop, even though it was going to stay on that diagonal anyway. Takes. Then did I play... Oh, I played queen a3 check. Sorry. After that, I played queen a3 check, and after here, I moved queen c5. And after 27, h5. This is actually a very complex position, even at this stage in the game. Now, I probably should have inserted check first, because even then, after this, let's just say he moves to c1, I can play here, and I'm actually perfectly okay in this position, because even though I'm losing in exchange, it's a much simpler position. And that pawn is actually immune due to this queen fork. At this point, white can simply offer draw, and I would have accepted a draw in this position. Instead, I played this, trying to kill all his counterplay. Actually, no, I did, in fact, insert the intermediate check. And this was a big mistake on my part. It gives him way too much counterplay. And now he actually protects. And again, like I said, that's my fault. I made a mistake. Rook c8. I'm looking to sacrifice the exchange. Or sacrifice a rook for the two pieces and get to an even simpler endgame. Rook g3, defending. And I play queen e5, attacking the hanging rook. And he doubles up on the h-file. h5, and I decided to insert the check, because I noticed that if he moves this way, I've essentially got, maybe not oh, yeah. I've got better chances if he moves this way. At least that's what I thought. So I figured he'd move over this way, and in fact he does with king b2. Now I play this, keeping tabs on both this side of the board and this side of the board. Or, whoops. Wrong move. Here first, and then after king a3, now I move here, looking to play this. And any move of the knight c3 and its mate. And now he plays rook takes h5. Now I play this check, getting the pin. Knight a4, rook b5. So I did actually play that. And rook takes h7, and really in this position I probably should have just accepted a perpetual like this. Oops. Or repetition or draw. I should have accepted a draw right there like that. But instead, I played, and after that, I decided I wanted more, and I played that. I played king g5, and essentially this just, I'm completely losing here. And rook h5, and again, I